Welcome back. My name's Luqman and today I'm going to give you a quick market update, let you know what's happening in the Dubai Hills community. We're going to have a look at the 3-bedroom property variants. These are the 2Ms. So these are the middle units in Maple 1, 2 and 3. What I've added after the last video that I did by popular request is rental information. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight to where the market is now and where there's information available. I've shared these on the properties that have actually sold. So what exactly has been happening in the market? So let's start with rentals. We've seen 18 transactions and they've happened between 70,000 to 210,000 dirhams, of course, per annum. Now, the top end of the market was 180 to 190,000. This was just 1 month back, and now we're at 210. So it'll be really interesting to see if we can maintain these higher figures going forward. The bottom end, of course, these are going to be renewals. A lot of these tenants have been served notice as of now, and of course this is in line with RERA's regulation and the rental increase calculator, and many owners haven't been able to increase. As for sales, we've seen a total of 5 transactions, the ones behind me, and they've happened between 2.8 million all the way to 3.05 million. Let's have a look at the individual transactions and compare the locations and the sale prices. So starting off with Maple 1, we've seen 3 transactions. First one here is villa number 426. This is a desirable property on the second green belt. So you've got a larger space between the 2 properties either side. And this one sold at 2.9 million. This was a standard sort of plot size, 2,082 square foot, and it was actually rented at 99,000 dirhams till December 2022. The rest of the properties that have sold have either been facing the camel track, this one here, you've got the back-to-back properties here, and then you've got an entrance backing property in Maple 1. So looking at this first transaction here, this is sold at 2.85 million. That's a standard plot, just over 2,000 square foot. Where it says no record, that means we don't have any record of whether this property was rented or if it was owner occupied. The price indicates that this transaction would have happened some time back. Of course, if your property is purchased with a mortgage, it can take 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes even longer, as I'll show you in the next example. So that's something to bear in mind. All of the properties that we see and transactions that we see behind us are all things that have physically transferred already. So having a look at the next property here, back to back, 2.9 million was achieved. This was actually rented at the time when it was purchased. It was purchased just before May, and it's just transferred now. And so it was vacant, I think it was about 15 or 20 days after the purchase or the first contract was signed. So that's actually a very good price, but we've moved on from there. So the same sort of property would have sold for now maybe 2.95 million. That's about right for that. Right for this one, and this one maybe about 3 million. So let's have a look at this property here. This is another back-to-back property, 2.8. Again, this transaction would have happened a while back. It's likely that this was a mortgage buyer. And the final property here sold for 3.05 million. This property is actually vacant, and this transaction's literally just happened. This one is a slightly bigger plot, like this one here, and it's vacant. And personally, I went in the property, and it's in fantastic condition, very well presented, and of course, Maple 3, the newest community. Many of you have asked where I think the market is at the moment, based on properties that are for sale. I think anything back to back like this, or this one here, I think between 2.9, 2.95 is about the number, depending on when the property is available and if the notice has been served. Anything green belts up to about 3 million with the standard plot size. We've even seen some with slightly larger, sort of just over 2,100 square foot, going for about 3 million as well. Anything camel track, Camel track facing properties are sort of hit or miss. Either the client really likes it or won't even consider it. But of course, it's single row, it's not overlooked, you're going to get the most privacy in these properties. Personally, I like them, but it's up to the individual client. So I would say this went for about the right sort of money, between 3.05, but this, you have to consider that this is vacant now. So there's a few things that are affecting the markets at the moment. The first one is many people are away. So of course this has affected how busy the market is at the moment. I would say the prior month was busier. The next big thing is mortgage rates. Mortgage rates are going up. So this is really affecting the decision making that first time buyers or people buying second properties are facing. The third one, November, December, we're looking forward to the World Cup in Qatar. So it's going to be interesting to see how many people sort of visit Dubai. We're going to have a lot more people here, and will this affect the prices or will it not? Again, if you would like me to cover any specific information or topics in the next video, feel free to drop me a message. My telephone number is in the description below, or if you have any questions, you can send me a WhatsApp. I'll be more than happy to help. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.